everybody. A bit of a different angle for today's video because our subject that we will be looking at really deserves to be viewed up close. So let's go over this. It's a Stampede, obviously, and I'm sure a lot of you will recognize this Stampede in particular from it being shown a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago now. This was the SMG Stampede that I modified and never did anything with. And then I had a faulty jam door or something that I never really figured out happened to it. And then it sat in a drawer for a few months. And then I just pulled it out again and worked on a brass breech mod. So let's take a look at that, shall we? So the inspiration for this mod came from SG Nerf, who posted a very similar brass breech on his Stampede about a month ago now. And I did this mod about 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks, I'm going to say. And I'm just getting around to posting a video up of it now. So let's just take a look at a few things in close-up shots then. As you can see, this is the brass bolt, obviously, that leads into the back of the Stampede plunger tube. Now, this bolt does not actually take any weight. It is moved by gears on teeth that get rotated by a gear on the back of the plunger. So the plunger tube moves forward as it's fired, as I'm sure all of us know. So this brass, all it needs to do is push a dart from there into the front barrel, which is going to be a difficult angle to see, but you can see it, it's in there. And what this top bar is clear 1/2 inch PVC, and then on top of that is a 3/4 inch white opaque PVC, which is cut out to accept clips, is what that shape is for. And that ring, there's a ring in the back of PVC, and I know this is kind of fuzzy. Let's see if I can focus this. There's a ring in the back of PVC that guides the brass through it straight into this barrel, and that's the feeding mech. It'll work with clear PVC. It won't work with normal PVC because the clear PVC has a slightly thinner inner dimension, which allows it to guide the brass quite well. And let's see if I can get some light down there, so you can see a little more about what this breech is all about. Now, the only difference really that I had with SG Nerf's breech and my own breech is I had to use a piece of 19/32 for the breech instead of just 9/16 on the overall piece. So that's what helps me guide mine. And let's put a clip into it. Now, this is a bar Stefan modded clip with no Stefans in it. And if I click that in, you can see that it goes over the bar quite nicely, and it's just guided in there very well. And then it trips all the locks. I don't have the jam door on it, so I just took the jam door lock off. And then when I pull the trigger, you will see this cycle. And that is, of course, dry firing, but let me get a different view here. So you can see that it's actually being pushed into the clip there. So let me put you back on the tripod. So it took me 2 days to build this breech, and after, I don't know, maybe 6 hours of full production time, which includes the about 2 hours to actually measure everything and cut it correctly and build the breech, and then hours of tweaking, it now works perfectly. The cycle rate is perfect. One of the problems I was having was the plunger would shoot all the way forward, but then there would be too much friction in between the brass bolt and the clear PVC ring, so it wouldn't return all the way before it started shooting forward again on the gearbox. But I fixed that problem, so it cycles perfectly fine. Again, I should not be dry firing this, but I don't care. Now, here's the other thing I did differently than SG Nerf. I did a 17/32 barrel on the front because that's what my darts use. This works, but the plunger tube is only equivalent to that of about a night finder, and now a non-draw extended night finder gets 70s tops, even with like a super nice barrel system. Now think about how much dead space is in this design. It's that whole bolt, so about 4 inches of dead space, which is never a good thing. And that goes all the way down to 1/2 inch to push the dart. So it's a good bit of dead space. And the real problem is sometimes my darts don't make it all the way through the barrel. So what happens is a dart will be fed in, and because of friction, which is so random, it'll shoot, sometimes it'll only make it to here. And then a second dart will be loaded in while this dart is over here, and then that'll fire, and you can imagine that's just, it jams really easily and just bad things happen. In hindsight, I think if I had made this a 9/16 barrel with a few tightening rings at the back, it would have worked much, much better. And I'm still debating on stripping this whole barrel straight clean out of it and go ahead and doing that. It wouldn't even be that difficult. So I might actually get around to doing that sometime. But why don't I fire it for you? Alright, so I've got this all loaded up. Let's fire it, see what happens. I'm just going to go semi-auto. Alright, so as you can see, those last two are full auto. It does work. It's just real finicky. Let me reload it and try again. Alright, so I've got 5 darts in here now. Let's just go ahead and go full auto. So it's got, as you heard, a little grinding, and that's a result of just things not feeding the way they should. But really, if you had absolute perfect darts, this would be completely flawless. That's the problem, though, is getting absolute perfect darts that'll go at just the right consistency every single time through 17-30 seconds. It's just real impractical. When this does work, though, it gets bad. It gets about 70 feet with good darts, which is impressive for what it is. It's really cool. I'm probably never going to make another one of these, and honestly, I'll probably never getting around to fully tweaking this one. But it's a proof of concept. It can be done. If you want to sink like 10 hours into a breech, you can do it if your darts are perfect. So, couple other things. I'm going to Massacre, and as you guys know, it is the 21st. Now, we have to have 30 people by the 25th. That's 4 days, guys. Let's get it going. Links will be in the description. Also, next video, I will show you my full-time, like, primary, like my signature primary, and I'll just give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like right now. That's all you guys get. So, I will see you next video.